Hi guys, I'm back, and I just wanted to let you know that is a motorcycle in the background. I'm about 50 yards off of an access road to this natural wilderness area, and I want to show you this. Here's a pinned arch, and directly behind it, about 8.5 to 9 feet up, is a break. You see the break right behind the arch. Sort of looks pretty picturesque, but here's the pin part of the arch right there, as you can see, and it goes up into this. You'll see the small spindly, you'll see the arch right there, sort of the forked end, with this chunk of wood laid up on top of it. And then you can go up into the arch right here, and then there's a snap directly behind it. So just walking into this area, I come across this pinned arch and a break directly behind it at about the 8.5 to 9 foot level. You see both run parallel to each other. There's the pinned arch, car running in the back, car in the background there, and then the break. So this has been a promising area. I've been in it before. Wind damage to some extent, snow load, a lot of questionable stuff too. There it is in the background. So I'll be back, guys. Just wanted to start the hike off on this trail. I'm coming up to a trail here. I'm going to take a left and proceed in, so be back. Okay guys, I'm back, and I walk up on this old break. You can see it, it's about the 6 foot level. I'm 5'10" and I can almost walk underneath it. And then if you look just past it, you'll see what appears to be a teepee, or the beginnings of a teepee. Let's go take a look. We've got 3 trees all leaned up together at the top. This one here, as you can see, I can move it. It's been stuck in the ground and leaned up here. Also this other one too. Looks like it was, this one here has been bent over. But they all meet at the top of the apex here. So we got the beginnings of a 3-piece teepee. Right there. So we do have evidence of a teepee right there, right past that break I showed you. So I'm going to say there's a lot of sign in this area. There always seems to have been. I have another video titled I think it's Crazy Structure or Crazy Activity by Sasquatch, or Crazy Craziness by Sasquatch. I believe that's the title of my an older video I took here in this area about 1.5 years ago. But I came back to see if things have changed, and I see a lot of new stuff. And there's an old break right there. It actually doesn't look that old. And that's about at the 10-foot level. Yeah, we got lanes everywhere. Here's a suspended tree. I almost walked right past. Well, it's funny how it's wedged in here at about the 6-foot level. Very suspicious. You see it goes on this other side of that first tree, in between these two trees, and then it's sort of field gold on this last tree. So it goes right through all 4 of these trees here. And where this tree came from, I don't know. It was snapped off at the end. What you would call the root ball is missing. I'm trying to see where it came from, and I don't see any break-offs above, or any trees approximating that size where this somehow fell. But it fell perfectly. If I look down where it goes through these trees, that's quite of an accomplishment. That is very strange. And then you'll see past it other lanes and structures back there, all leaned up things right there. Well, my battery's getting low. I'll be back. I got to do a battery change anyhow. I'm back, guys. Yeah, here's an X structure I walked up on. Upward facing X right there. Ground is really soft. Here's what I'm talking about. You can see where it's been broken off or wedged against that little stump, one of the legs of the X. Another potential ground X. These I question. I think these naturally occur, but who knows? But here's that uphill or upwards facing X right here. There's where they cross. another pinned arch right here, going all the way down. Hard to say. I don't see snow load causing that because there's hardly any branches on it. Definitely a lot of deer tracks here. You can see where the deers have walked through this section here. It's actually a deer trail. You can look straight ahead and you can see the trail right ahead that I'm walking on, just a game trail. Right here you can see an obvious trail. Actually, it looks like it almost goes to the right of those two trees growing side by side. It just goes, sweeps around right to the right of it. But here's a spot, I think I filmed here before, and I'll tell you why in a second. And there are changes to this structure here, and I'll go ahead and I'll film it now, but it's changed. I refer to it as the asterisk, and some of the branches have been moved. They don't all go in the center, but right there is a break, the little mini break that breaks to the right about 2 feet off the ground. And then in my other video you can see where they're all intersected in the middle, several of these branches. Well, one of them's been moved to the right. It's no longer an asterisk, it's sort of an X with a sapling in the middle, growing straight out of the ground behind that break, that little mini break. But things have been changed. This here used to go right up into the center. Now things have changed. It's no longer, it's still a weird cluster. But if you go back to a previous video I did, you'll see this was actually an asterisk, and it's been sort of changed up. Things have been moved. So makes you wonder what's going on here. I'm going to be doing a battery change. I've got about 8 minutes left. I found some weird structures back here and ground glyphs. And today it's overcast, and I just wanted to let everybody know who watches my channel. It's overcast. It was raining just west of me. I came into this area. It's partially cloudy, overcast, and was sprinkling until I got to this area. And I think most of the storm, center of the storm, is to the west of me. The cell is straight west of me by several miles. I'm sort of on the edge of the storm front here. But you can see right there, there's another cluster of branches. It's actually an X with some things leaned up in the X. Let's take a look at that before my battery goes dead. I got about 5 minutes. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I find that suspect right there. An X with a tree leaned up on the bottom right leg of that X, and a bent over sapling underneath it. Guys, I got 3 minutes left. I'm going to change this battery. Be back in a minute. Bye bye. I'm back, guys. There's another suspect leaner leaned up in the Y of this tree, all debarked. The signs used to be crazy in here. Now things seem to be, I mean, there's still some weird structures, but I think it's a lot tamer, a lot more subtle than it was before. And you can see as you look ahead, there's this is a game trail, deer trail, whatever you want to call it, going right up between those two big trees, center frame. Well, at this point, you can hear the cars in the background. I'm only about 30 yards, well, probably about 35-40 yards from the road. You guys see anything unusual, point it out in the comment section and timestamp it for me. I'd appreciate it. Catch you guys further up trail. I walked up on this also. I couldn't help but notice there's a broken off branch from a larger tree, that half moon shaped branch, and it's trapping the top of this sapling, turning it into another pinned arch. Very strange. Very suspicious. There's branches littered everywhere, so I could only assume that if this was something they manipulated, they could just pick up a branch or piece of a tree off the ground and just pin the sapling. As you see it pinned here, the Y end of it pinned right down there. Right there. That's where it touches the ground. And then right approaching the river on the other side of that pinned arch, we got some strange stuff going on here. There's a possible makeshift X. Actually, it's a leaner leaned up on the end of a dead tree laying here, right there. Branches leaned up against this dead tree here. And there's the river. When I was in this area last year, I did hear a real loud knock not far from where I'm standing. And as I said that, I heard a knock. That's funny, in the distance. When I was in this area last year, I did hear a real loud knock not far from where I'm standing. And as I said that, I heard a knock. That's funny. I was in this area last year, I did hear a real loud knock not far from where I'm standing. And as I said that, I heard a knock. That's funny, in the distance. When I was in this area last year, I did hear a real loud knock not far from where I'm standing. And as I said that, I heard a knock. That's funny. In this direction, over my left shoulder, I heard just it was a distant but really prominent knock. I won't say it was, I hope my audio picked it up. Let's go that direction and see what we find. Catch you guys further up trail. I came up on this sort of a tripod structure. You'll see those two leans or big saplings leaned up at the top here. Right up there. And they cross over right at the same spot. They're field gold right in the crook of this living tree, the ends of both leaners. And that's where they come down to the ground. I don't think that's coincidence either. I think that's very strange. But then as I was approaching this tripod or beginnings of a teepee, I walk up on this weird anomaly or strangeness, and I know this was not here before I would have filmed it. Here's some kind of a leather bag, purse, on the end of this stick that's been inserted between these two trees. There it is, going right up into the crook in this double tree, and ends right here. What is this? Well, the logo on it is sort of washed out. I don't even know what it is, but it's a bag for what, I don't know. And it was just stuck up on the end of this branch. I mean, I've heard Sasquatch weave their own baskets out of bulrush and other vines and weeds to carry their fruits and vegetables in, or whatever they're gathering. Is this something they put here for use later on? What's interesting is when I look in it, there's remnants of field mice or gophers or whatever, gathering, squirrels even gathering nuts or acorns in it. Maybe they know that squirrels or gophers or field mice will put their acorns in there and possibly climb in there and hibernate during the winter, and they just come along and they grab the free meal right out of there. I found it sort of strange. Sort of stuck on there. I mean, a person could, I don't see a person walking off trail back here, sticking a bag on the end of that branch going between this double tree here. Okay, I'm back, guys. Here's another strange one for the books. As I was filming that leather bag right there, my battery, which I had just put in, could have been more than 10 minutes ago, had an hour and 15 minutes left on it. All of a sudden, I get a red warning saying battery dead, charge battery. It went from an hour 15 minutes to 0 charge. Now this has happened a lot to me in the field. I'll be out in the field, I'll have a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour or more in a battery, and all of a sudden it'll go from an hour 10 minutes down to like 5 minutes, or in some cases it'll just immediately go dead. And then next time I take that battery out of my bag and check it, the battery that was dead is now got a half hour, 45 minutes to an hour on it. The electromagnetic effect of minerals and rocks in the earth. I know there's magnetite along the river. I mean, is crystals, rocks, minerals under the ground zapping or sucking my batteries dry? Some people theorize it's Bigfoot sucking the batteries down. I don't know about that. I mean, that one battery could have been a bad... I purchased more batteries, and I should have easily 10 to 12 hours of battery time between all the batteries I have. And I've come out here, and I'm already on my third battery. Of course, the first one only had a half hour on it, but my second battery I still should have had an hour and a half left on it, and it went down to... It dropped down to an hour 15 in a matter of maybe a minute, and then the next thing I know, it's dead. So, and I know other people that are involved in this interest, the subject matter, experience the same phenomena, where their batteries go dead for no apparent reason, and they were fully charged a minute ago. So, well, enough about batteries. Let's just see what I find. I find that very strange. That, you know, some people propose Bigfoot have the ability electromagnetism. They have some kind of an electric effect. I forget somebody who did write a book called The Electric Bigfoot. I don't believe it was Grover Krantz, but it's an older book. There also there's infrasound. I know that can affect circuit boards and electrical circuits. I just find it highly strange. Yeah, there's another leaner. And right underneath the leaner is another pinned arch, another pinned sapling. And the branch on top of this pinned sapling, as you can see, is twisted and broke. It's still alive though. All those vertical branches you see sprouting out of the top. This mini arch is still alive. But that's where it's pinned, right there. Yeah, there's a lot of... I've also found glyphs in this area. Supposed glyphs. I'm glad I bring a lot of batteries with me. I'll tell you, 1 or 2 batteries is never enough. You need 4 to 6, maybe even 7 or 8 batteries. If you're out in the field more than a few hours, just batteries go dead. I can't explain it. Here's some strangeness here. Here's what I call a... You see the 2 arches coming in from the right and the one coming in from the left. And they both, all 3 of them, intersect in the middle. Yeah, we got 3 saplings. For the beginning of the lower branch on this tree being swept in, and they're both, all 3 of them are trapped right here using this tree that was placed here, dragged here. It's seen the trapping the tips, the two tips of those pinned arches, and then you'll see the old one on the upper right coming in, which has been there for some time. Got some strangeness going on here. Sort of makes a X in the middle. Now I've seen that before in other people's videos using huge pine trees. Of course, all we have here are deciduous trees, but nonetheless, same kind of behavior. There it is from the other side. Yeah, we got three arches, three bends, three arches coming together right there in the middle, with this leaned up on it, trapping two of the two fresh ones coming in, and then the older one has been shaped like that. No doubt has been like that for some time. Talking about this one here. That's an old arch. Wiggle it a little bit, and then right next to it is a lean right up in the crook of this tree, right next to these three arches. Brakes and leans suspended everywhere in this area. Just a mishmash of all sorts of things going on. Getting a little windy right now. I'm sure that's what you're picking up on my audio, is the wind. Just a bunch of deadfall laying in this big pile here. Probably natural. We did have some high winds during the winter.